What's up everyone? So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a very interesting case and we'll be examining the evidence that has been brought in front of us. It's going to be a very interactive episode to say the least. Now, once we take a look at the evidence for each crime that has been committed, we'll be deciding how many years that crime deserves. Now, for every like that this video gets, we'll add one more year for each crime. Does that make sense? Now, you guys might be wondering who this mysterious individual is. She goes by the name of Reid. You also might be wondering what her primary occupation is. She's actually a furniture expert. I'm sure she can tell you about sofas, chairs, tables, but her specialty is in the bed department. She has quite the knowledge of mattresses. So if you're in the market for buying a new bed, she will be the person to go to. I was actually able to get a nice memory foam mattress at a pretty amazing price thanks to this wonderful lady. Now, it has been brought to my attention that this individual committed some crimes and yet she still hasn't gotten in trouble for them. She continues to make millions of dollars every year. Cancel culture has conveniently avoided discussing this issue. They continue going after innocent people who don't deserve it, so that's why I've decided it will be my responsibility to discuss these matters. So let's take a look at the first piece of evidence. So aside from being a mattress salesperson, Riley is a part-time musician. Alright, she's a rapper, and she released her debut song called 8-Ball Shawty, and as a big fan of rap music, I'm very excited to listen to what she's created, and hopefully we can throw this piece of evidence in the trash. So without further ado, let's take a quick listen to a snippet of her song.
Triple stacks, bitch, we clean out 100 pack. You ain't heard what I said, run it back. My God, whip a trick, hit a lick, wanna ass comb, bread. 305 Dade County, yeah, we know for getting rowdy.
Was she possessed by a BBC during the production of this song? The hip-hop and rap industry actually went backwards about 150 years after this abomination and sorry excuse for music was released. Tupac and other rap legends rolled in their graves about 50 times after hearing this. What is going on? Who said this was okay to release to the public? I've lost a little bit of love for rap music after hearing that atrocity. Now, my biggest question here is, why was she indiscriminately using the N-word? Did someone give her a pass to say that word? Like, does she have some lifetime honorary membership to be allowed to say it? I unfortunately was not presented with any sort of evidence of that, so this right here is an immediate violation. I'm gonna have to immediately hand 50 years for this crime. Now let's examine the contents of this so-called rap. In one of her lines, she said, 305 Dade County, yeah, we getting rowdy. Now, Riley, you're not getting rowdy, alright? You probably lived in some nice suburb. She might have gone to one of those bougie public schools. You can't just rep Miami like that. That's like someone repping Compton, but then we find out they're from Beverly Hills. So this lyric right here is giving me Cap vibes. I'm sensing a little bit of lying going on. Maybe I'm wrong, but my investigation skills have led me to make this claim. So overall, this song was a dumpster fire that really regressed the meaning of rap music. So for that, I'm gonna have to add another 60 years. So that's 60 plus 50 from when we discussed her unfortunate foul language. We're sitting at 110 years already, so it's definitely not looking good for her. So let's move on to evidence number 2. So Riley did a Q&A session on Reddit, and one of her loyal fans asked, "Hello Riley, I purchased your premium Snapchat from your website a while back. It's a whopping $350. My question to you is, why do you only post blank and nothing else? And the time between posts is super long. I won't see any from you for days or weeks. If you're gonna sell a product for that much money, please give us the content that we deserve." Now, do you guys understand how much $350 is? If you had just like $150 more, you could buy yourself a brand new PS5 at retail price. You could feed an entire village for a year with that type of money. This dude could have taken a girl out on a nice candlelit dinner at a 5-star restaurant and still would have had money left over. But this man paid that money to see something that he can literally see for free. It takes 3 seconds to Google her name. It might even be faster than that. This is like getting a copy of Call of Duty for free and then paying $350 for some DLC packs. If you're gonna do this, at least charge these pathetic simps $10. I mean, I respect the hustle, but this pricing scheme is almost criminal. And don't get me started on the guys who enable this sort of behavior. $350? Seriously? If it was like $5, I would maybe give him a pass. So this crime crime right here deserves about 10 years, alright? I can't disrespect the hustle, but I'm almost starting to feel bad because it seems like they're taking advantage of guys who are down disastrous. This man got caught in 128K. He's shamelessly admitting to the world what he was doing. This brother's starving. You and I wouldn't be making such stupid financial decisions if I gave you the choice of getting a brand new TV or a Nintendo Switch or an Apple Watch or like 10 video games or Riley's premium Snapchat account. Which one would you take? If you even gave me $1, I would use it to buy a candy bar and maybe go to the dollar store to see what's up. We gotta be helping these guys, not put them in financial ruin. So I still think this is a crime, but I'm only gonna give it 10 years. Maybe I made a miscalculation, I don't know, but as it stands, Riley is currently sitting at 120 years. So let's move on to what I consider to be the biggest of Riley's crime, and there's actually video evidence of her backing up these claims that she's made. I think there are at least 2 videos out there. Now, I'm not gonna show them, but you can easily find it. Now, let's just take a look at these tweets real quick and see what's up. Lost my V card. Funny story, I blanked a kid in a movie theater cause I want to blank and he kept saying no. That's how I lost it. When I lost my V card to a Brit that I blanked, winky face. LOL, he said no 3 times and I just got on that D. LOL, he's like, no, not now. I'm sure anyone with any common sense knows what she's referring to in these tweets. I had to blur out some of the words, but I know you guys are smart enough to know what she's talking about. And again, as I said before, there are videos out there that I've seen with my own eyes of her backing these tweets up, straight up defending it, and not only that, she didn't even have a shred of regret in her voice. She was straight up laughing the whole time. I don't know if this is a big giant troll, but regardless of whether or not it is, I just have to say, like I've said many times before, can you imagine the backlash if we reversed the roles? If someone like Dr. Johnny Sins were to make these kinds of claims, the fact that Riley is still as famous as she actually is embarrassing. I'm sure if some dude tweeted something like this out, there would be a full-on investigation trying to seek the validity of his claims. You know what I mean? Like, their Twitter account at the very least would have been mass reported and then it would be deleted. They wouldn't be sitting at over 1 million followers. Riley has actually gotten more famous after those tweets. She's become one of those social media influencers at this point. She's actually dating Tana Mongo or Monjo. Does that name ring a bell? I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but Tana has like 5 million subscribers on YouTube. The double standards of cancel culture is incredible. Now, I hate cancel culture more than anything. I think it's pretty stupid, but don't you guys find it suspicious that the internet police just closes their eyes and conveniently avoids problems that have to do with women? I don't know if it's just me, but every time I see someone getting canceled, it's a guy. And I've seen women tweet out or say things 100 times worse, but nobody says anything about it. So I think my observations lead me to believe that women just have it easier on the internet. Even in my video last week, which by the way, you should check out after watching this so I can prove my point, we saw plenty of women say some crazy things about men, right? I would not be able to say those kinds of things without getting in trouble, without people coming after me. So why is it that we have this type of scenario where someone is admitting to a terrible crime, yet they walk free and aren't held accountable? I can't be the only one that's noticing this. It seems to be a pattern of some sort, but anyways, I've determined that these tweets alone deserve about 100 years. I mean, we don't know if this is just a massive joke or not, but regardless, I'm gonna have to give it the big ol' 100. What are we at right now? I think 220, and we're not done yet. There are a couple of other things that need to be discussed. So in a recent interview, this is what Riley had to say about her dating life. Will I ever settle down? I hope so. Do I feel sad and lonely? Yeah. I think a lot of mainstream media, television, movies, and books make it sound like we're all gonna have a beautiful love story. I don't believe in that. I don't think it's reality that everyone gets this happy ending fairy tale thing. So let me just say, you should have thought about this before you decided your career choices. You could have literally been like the rest of us. You could have gotten an actual job and you would have had no problem getting that fairy tale ending that you want. You wouldn't have to be so lonely and sad. But lo and behold, here we have someone who does things for the money and clout, and then at the very end complains about said decision. You brought this all on yourself. This was 100% your choice. I would feel bad for her if she was working at Starbucks or something and, you know, for some reason she wasn't having a successful dating life. But I'm sorry, I cannot feel bad about this. Next time you make extremely important life decisions, conclusions, you should first turn your brain on and think. She's making it sound like life is just so unfair, like it's just out to get her, and you know, life is just not giving her the chance to have a fairy tale ending. But we all know that's not the case. So for this delusion, we're gonna have to add like 5 years. So we're finally sitting at 225. But don't forget, every like that this video gets is an additional year. So let's see how far this can go. But all I have to say is this was really an eye-opening experience for me. Some people are just built different when it comes to the internet. They have some kind of immunity crystal. You know, they can just say whatever they want and they're not going to be held accountable. And there are some people who will say hello and someone will get mad and say that that was the most offensive thing they've ever heard. The internet is truly a weird place. Honestly, I'm really curious to see how the internet landscape is going to be in like 10 to 15 years. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please do follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links are down in the description below. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. Your support is much appreciated. And I need to get back to responding to emails. So if you email me back in like October or like November and haven't gotten a response, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best to respond to everybody. So please be patient with me. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Make that beat fly. Taking on my treasures, I don't wanna lose him. Got no time for BS, I'm